Dear students, we continue now with the market watch. Normally it is on the left side and you see here all the trading assets that you can trade with your broker. When you install the MetaTrader initially, you will not see too many assets. So what you need to do is you right click over any of the assets and you select show all. So this way I see all assets provided by this broker. Now if I go to the top, normally are the currencies, normally is the Forex market. Alright, below you can see some indexes, then we have some stocks, and you will see some commodities, futures, cryptocurrencies. It really depends what your broker provides as trading assets, but normally the regulated brokers are providing hundreds of assets, and the competition between the brokers brings them to the point where they want to provide more and more assets and on a lower spread. Now what is the spread, guys? The spread is this third column that you see here, and this is the difference between the bid and the ask price. So it is the very same thing like if you go to the exchange bureau to exchange some currency, if you go for a vacation or for a holiday and you want to exchange your currency with the currency of the country where you are going. And what you see in the exchange bureau is that there is difference between the bid and the ask price, or normally there they say the buy and the sell. So the difference in the exchange bureaus obviously is much bigger than the one over here, because here is very small, guys. So if you see euro dollar 1.1870, and on the exchange bureau you will see there 2-3 cents or even bigger difference. So it's possible that the buy price, for example, will be 1.1875 and the sell price will be 1.1870. It could be even much bigger depending on the currencies that you're exchanging, but here the difference is few points. So you see the euro dollar price at the current moment is 1.1870, and there is one last digit that we call point. All right, and so with the regulated brokers, with the huge brokers, the difference between the ask and the bid price within this last fifth digit, which is the point. So it's a very small spread, and this is of course very good when you're trading with expert advisors, because you will have many trades opened and we don't want to pay a spread. Actually, we don't pay the spread. Everybody says pay spread. I use it also, but normally we don't pay the spread, because when we buy an asset, when we buy euro dollar, for example, we buy on the ask price, all right? And when we sell on the bid price. So the difference is the spread. We just buy at a little bit higher price and we sell on the lower price. So for example, if I buy at 1.1871.6 and I close the position, I will close it on the bid price, because when I close a buy, obviously this is a sell. So one more time, I buy on the ask price and I sell on the bid price. Also, when I buy on the ask price and I close the position, I will close it on the bid price. And the same thing, if I sell on the bid price and I close the position, I will close it on the ask price, on the higher price. So basically this is how we pay the spread, when we execute the orders on the bid and the ask price. So there is no physical payment of this spread. You cannot see it anywhere here in the terminal, which I will explain you a little bit later, but simply we pay it because we buy on the ask price and we sell on the bid price. And the recent years, most of the brokers are having 5 digits. So after the point, you see 1.1871.72, and there is one more digit at the end. The third and the fourth are the pips. So you can see here 1870. So the 70 are the pips and the last one is the point. And for example, if you buy at 118.70 and you close at 190, you will have 30 pips profit. And the yen currencies, you can see dollar yen below, are having 3 digits after the point. So 0.4 are the pips and the last one is the point. So for example, if you sell now on the bid price and you close it on ask price 109,000, you will benefit these 4 pips. I hope this is clear, guys. Now, if you don't see this third column, and normally you will not see it when you install the MetaTrader, you need to go right mouse and spread. So if you don't see it, click right mouse and go to spread. You will see it over here, and you can see the major currencies. What we consider to be major currencies is the pound dollar, euro dollar, dollar yen, dollar Canadian, Aussie dollar, New Zealand versus the American dollar. Aussie dollar, guys, is slang for Australian dollar versus the American dollar. There are a couple of slang words. So for example, pound dollar is called to be the cable. Euro dollar, you can call it just euro. Dollar yen, you can just call it the yen, the cat, the Aussie. Aussie is Australia dollar versus the American dollar. And the New Zealand actually is called Kiwi, this one over here. Alright, New Zealand versus the American dollar. Sometimes you can hear or read in analysis or traders or mentors that they say Kiwi. So the most traded currencies are versus the American dollar, and they have lower spreads. It's essentially important, guys, when we trade with expert advisors to have lower spread to the minimum. Okay, small spread, because the expert advisors open many trades, and when we have huge spread, it can reflect actually the result. And it happens very often to me with some of the courses I provide expert advisors. I will provide expert advisors in this course as well, guys, so you can practice and see how they work. But it happens very often that I have been testing expert advisor and it shows good profit, and students are writing me back that they don't show good profit. And more than 90% of the time, this is because they have very huge spread with their broker, and finally the result is negative instead of positive. So this is about the market watch. If you want to open any asset, you just click right mouse and you go to chart window and it will open. I have actually now too many over here, so it will go to the end. You can see there are small arrows and I can click to find it. This one over here that open, you can see it came by default with some indicators. If you want to remove, right click indicators list and you remove the indicators. So you have the pure chart over your screen, at this case for the pound dollar. Okay guys, so this is the market watch. This is what we see, the bid and the ask price and the spread. One more time, we buy on the ask price and we sell on the bid price. When we buy on the ask price, we close the position on the bid price, and when we sell on the bid price, we close the position on the ask price. And the difference is the spread. This is where the broker benefits. Okay, the broker will benefit obviously this spread, and this is inevitable of course for us. And so when there is no volatility, even sometimes for euro dollar with some of the brokers you will see zero spread, but this is very rare, guys. You will see normally small spread with the regulated brokers, and this is very normal. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I will continue with the next lecture. Cheers.